From formation to taxation, covering inflation, temptation, high expectations, and that dreaded stagnation, we bring to you Hip Nation.
So you went to, yeah, you just made a cheese joke.
She did.
I did make a cheese joke, yes.
Sounds good. Oh my God, Kaish. Wow. So there's a new opening for a bridesmaid in my wedding based on that stupid joke. Sarah, you're in the game, bud.
All right.
It's hard to
I don't know if I could fill those shoes, though. Jesus Christ.
It's actually Crocs. Everybody will be wearing
Oh,
Crocs.
yeah, right.
No, nobody can wear Crocs. Well,
Speaking of
Well,
being her best man,
yeah.
her maid of honor, you guys have matching tattoo. Can we please talk about that really quick?
Yeah,
Or
so we both have matching Danny DeVito tattoos. This stemmed from wedding talk back a couple years ago when nobody can see right now, but Kaish is quite short. What are you? You're hitting 5'3"?
I'm like 5'4" on a good day.
Okay,
But
well, I don't know.
5'3.5", we'll say.
So the other people that were meant to be in my wedding party were like 5'8", 5'9". So Kaish would have been the shortest. And Lucy told her that she was going to be wearing a suit in the wedding. It was a joke. She's not wearing a suit. But her instant reaction was, fucking suit? I'm going to look like Danny fucking DeVito in this wedding.
All I could picture is the penguin.
I picture the stripper from Friends. That's what I pictured when he was like he's doing his little shuffle dance and shit, right?
Yeah.
So we just started kind of calling her Danny. And then on your birthday, it was 2 years ago now.
2 years ago now,
Yeah. So I messaged her and said, hey, you need to be ready by 3:00. We're going to do something cool. And she was like, what the fuck is going on here? And so we met up and we went. She didn't know until that moment when I said we're getting matching tattoos, and then she got on the bed and we were getting matching Danny DeVito tats.
That's amazing.
So we both have Danny DeVito tattooed on our hip.
Yeah.
But the other day I did a post on Instagram on my boudoir page, and it was a post of myself. So, and in it you can see my Danny DeVito tattoo, but nothing, you can't see my face, but you can see some racy stuff. There might be a little nip slip or something there, but you can't tell for sure that it's me. And you tell your side because you got messages.
Yeah, I woke up one morning and I had gotten a text from one of my friends saying, hey, did you do a photo shoot with Jenny? And I was like, I kind of sat there and I was like, years ago, Jenny had taken some photos of me for a calendar that I used to do. And I was like, oh, is Jenny posting those photos again? Like, come on, those are horrible. She should not be advertising that on her social media page.
You want followers, right?
Yeah. And then I was like, what the fuck? And then not 2 minutes later, I got a message from Jenny saying, hey, so something happened. I posted a photo of myself and people think it's you.
Yeah. People are messaging me going, that's a good shot of the sandwich queen. And I'm like, holy fuck. What'd you call me?
Yeah.
I know I put on a few pounds, but you call me the fucking sandwich queen. Fuck you, man. And then I went, oh my God, it was like a light bulb moment. And I was like, they fucking think it's Kaish.
Yeah.
They think it's Kaish. So I'm having to backpedal and tell people, no, it's not Kaish. That's actually me.
That's awesome.
Fucking so funny. So we've got Danny on our hip.
Yeah.
We haven't decided what we'll add to it, but either, I don't know, I really like that movie Throw Mama from the Train, so maybe Mama or Arnold from Twins. Right? So it's
in the
my
works.
fiance fucking hates it. Her boyfriend
Hates it.
He hates it so much.
Hates
Like,
it.
I love that. I think it makes it better that
I know,
your
that's what,
respective others hate it so
You
much.
think that those two would come to the realization that the more it pisses them off, the funnier it is to us.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're gonna do more shit like that.
Yeah, and so Briar gets so riled up about it, and I'm like, you're only making this worse
For yourself.
Yeah, for
This
yourself.
hurts you more than me, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny when you had Lucy on the podcast and you were telling that story about her, like putting your leg around her.
Yeah,
And her
she's
looking
like,
at,
get it off me.
Yeah.
Briar does the same thing all the time. Like actually, it was really funny. Yesterday, I was laying in bed and the blanket came down a little bit, and he comes around and he goes, "Ugh, Danny's looking at me."
Peeking out the blanket.
Yeah.
When we do the picture for this podcast, we'll do Sarah in the middle and us with our Dannies out.
Can I have my greasy meatloaf on?
Oh,
yeah, you gotta.
Did you see? So we finished her
Yeah.
greasy meatloaf. We're gonna tell everybody
so
if you didn't
good.
listen to the last one, we talked about your greasy meatloaf a little
Yeah,
bit. But
we sure did.
We ended up doing her tattoo, her tribute to Meatloaf. And
amazing.
I think it looks freaking cool,
Yeah,
man.
it
It's one of
does.
my favorite tattoos. It's like it's a meatloaf
Yeah, I know.
with the musician Meatloaf's hair and
Yeah.
microphone and
Yeah. And she even put like the ketchup on his back and everything. Like, it's just so
Oh, it's
great.
it's the
amazing.
greasiest
So great.
meatloaf ever.
Yeah,
We just got to
amazing.
add the script underneath some of the lyrics that she wants. But we kind of skipped over a little bit about your trip to Africa because that's around when you and I had met. So we met over 10 years ago. I was a personal trainer, and
Yeah.
Kaish was playing for the Penticton Pinnacle soccer team, and so I was training her and a couple of other girls. And then did like an injury prevention thing at the soccer club and stuff too,
Yeah.
where they were giving me such a hard time because I hadn't come out to a lot of people at that time, but they knew, and they would always bug me and make fun of me about the girls that were running around in their sports bras, and I would just
Oh,
go
shit.
beet red and be so awkward. Now I'm like, fuck yeah, bring them on, all the sports bras, take them off.
Go on then.
Yeah, go on then, take those bras off. What are you doing?
You're also forgetting to mention that anytime we would bend over anything, you would go.
Yeah, I did. There's a part noise. I did. They would do shit, and I was like a freaking 15-year-old
Of
boy.
course
Right?
you were.
But that's where the Uncle Jenny came from. They would call me Uncle because I was like the pervy uncle that would be like, "Come sit on Uncle Jenny's lap." Like I was just like a
shit.
weirdo, right? But you left partway through the year to go to Africa and do some really cool shit over there. Like, you worked with kids and stuff?
Yeah,
and-
so the first time I went, it was, I think I was 15, I want to say, for a school trip that Penn High was offering. So I was there for 3 weeks the first time. And then I decided to graduate half a year early in 2013. And
Who just decides that? That's
She's
incredible.
freaking smart. Yeah.
yeah, so it was actually...
Good for you. Or did you just leave? Did you actually graduate earlier, or were you just like,
I was
peace
very,
out, motherfuckers?
I was very
I'm going
worried
to
I
Africa."
didn't actually graduate, but I did.
Yeah.
Go me.
Go me.
Yeah. But yeah, my best friend and I at the time, she was on the first trip with me and we fell in love with it. And so we both decided to graduate half a year early. And my sister was already traveling at that time. So she had been traveling Europe since she graduated the year before. And
Is that Mick?
yeah.
Yeah.
So Mick graduated the year before me, was traveling, and I was like, hey, I'm coming to meet you. Like, I was very close. I am very close with my sister. And when she graduated, it was kind of like all my friends were gone too, because I hung out a lot with them. And so I was like, I got to get out of here. So I put my head down for the first semester of grade 12 and was just like, I'm doing this. I'm graduating early. I need to get the hell out of here. And
Yeah. See, we didn't get into all that back in that day.
Yeah.
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 So, yeah, that's really cool.
yeah, so I just put my head down. Me and my best friend, we just both put our heads down and scrounged enough credits to graduate half a year, pretty much. At that point, it was like, shit, what do I need to do here to get enough credits to get me out of here?
And I've seen her do some crazy, desperate shit for less than a freaking grade
Yeah.
for a free beer.
Yeah. So, yeah, we graduated half a year early and I met my sister in Morocco, and we were in Morocco for about a month. And then after that, we met my friend Kayla in Tanzania, and we just volunteered at an orphanage in Tanzania for, 4 months that time.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was definitely an eye-opener. Like, I mean, how could it not be? But, yeah, I was 17 at the time.
Yeah.
And
You learned some serious life lessons at such a young age.
Yeah.
Going there and working in an orphanage.
yeah, and just being on my own. I mean, I was a very independent kid growing up, even though I was the baby. So my siblings will argue that I was a whiny baby, but I was very independent. I think myself a very independent.
She's a boss.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, being 17 and being on my own and leaving my parents and
It's unreal. You know,
Yeah.
can we, if you don't mind, one of my favorite stories, because when Kaish would come back from her trips to Africa, she'd always invite me over and she would show all of her pictures and stuff on like the big screen. And your mom even one time made like African
that's
food.
right. Yeah, she
like
did,
she'd
yeah.
put out like a whole
Wow.
spread.
Yeah.
But there's one story that just sticks in my mind, and I'm terrified of monkeys. I've been attacked by monkeys before. I hate monkeys. Anybody who thinks monkeys are cute, I'll fight you.
Monkeys
some of them are
so let's
cute.
go.
Some of them are really terrifying. I will vouch for you on that. Some of them are very
Thank
terrifying.
you. Yeah. So what was your terrifying experience?
We were on safari. It was the first time I was there, and we were on safari, and you have to stop at before you get into the parks, you have to stop and give all your information. And so the tour guide said, keep your windows closed. The monkeys will jump in the car if you leave.
But they're big ass monkeys.
Yeah, they're baboons.
They're baboons.
Yeah.
Like the big red ass motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Oh, those are, okay.
Yeah, those are
With the
scary.
big
That's not a
teeth.
Yeah, they got the
monkey.
big fangs. Yeah. And-
That's scary, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, so the tour guides say, keep your windows closed. They know you have food, so they're going to jump in windows if you leave your windows open. So we're like, okay, whatever. So I'm sitting.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, so I'm like sitting there. I'm waiting. I'm at the very back of the Jeep. And
Jenny's dying here.
it was our fucking tour guide who left his window open.
Oh my God, what?
Yeah, and so we're sitting there, and all of a sudden a baboon comes flying into the front of the Jeep.
And you're in the back seat.
I was in the very back, and I opened the window and tried to jump out the window, but they have bars on it, so you can't really fully get out.
Oh shit.
And so I try to jump out the window, but I'm half stuck, hanging out, and this baboon turns around in his fangs, and he's screaming. The girl in front of me, she put up a pillow to defend herself.
Oh, good call. Yeah, that pillow was probably,
And then lucky enough, someone was standing there, and they just opened the Jeep door, and he just went running out. But I was half hanging out, and there was someone there. They weren't a part of our group, but they apparently have photos of all of it. So these random people don't know where they were from in the world, but they've got photos of me hanging out of this Jeep.
Oh my God. If somebody out there is listening and you have pictures of this.
Yeah, from what year was that? 2011, I think it was. That happened. So I would like to see those photos.
Can you imagine though? That's that. What was that movie where the monkeys went 28 days later when the monkeys went crazy and then it turned everybody into zombies and stuff. You would just freak out the minute you look, you make eye contact, because that's what my experience was. I made eye contact with this monkey, and he looked at me, and he opened his mouth and bared his teeth at me and hissed. It was like a
yeah.
And I was like, "This is it. Goodbye, Mom.
Yeah.
Like
Where
my
was
life is
that?
over." Mine was in Thailand.
Yeah.
But yeah, I couldn't imagine being stuck in a vehicle in the back seat.
Yeah.
Even the front
Oh
seat,
my
you've got an
God.
escape plan. But
Yeah.
when you're in the back and you're like, fuck shit,
Nowhere
where's
to
my
go.
escape route?
Right.
And I had no food to at least throw
Distract.
to it. Yeah, and be like, go get it.
Yeah. Fetch.
yeah, I'll throw it this way and then I'll run this way. Yeah.
Yeah, I had nothing. That was pretty crazy.
That was my favorite story.
Yeah.
How big was this thing?
Huge.
Yeah.
I would say it was the size of a 5-year-old kid, probably. And then its fangs are
Yeah, they have scary fangs.
yeah.
Fuck. you never
Traumatizing.
forget that.
Never forget it.
Nope.
Never forget
Never
Oh my
forget that. I
God.
had one of those motherfuckers in Thailand. Oh,
Nope.
it's
Yeah.
beer time.
Beer time.
Made eye contact with me and climbed up and over my head and bit me and they tell you you're
It
supposed.
bit you?
I got bit. Yeah, I still got scars on my right here and somewhere.
Did you have to get a rabies
Your
shot
wrist
after?
and stuff?
Yeah, I did.
You did?
In Thailand.
You didn't get a rabies shot before you went?
No, you do them after, at the time of. Yeah. I had all the other shots.
Well, because the rabies shot doesn't do, it just prevents less
Rabies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it doesn't
So I
actually.
could have a little touch of the rabies right now.
It explains a lot.
Touch of the
A touch of the rabies.
Explains a lot.
But their monkeys are assholes though, and they tell you that you're supposed to be the alpha.
yeah.
And you're supposed to stand up and puff your own chest at them. And a lot of our tour guides would hit the monkey. And I was like, I can't punch a monkey. That's like punching a fucking child. I would feel weird about it. But after a while, you kind of become okay with maybe having to punch a monkey to just throw your weight around.
Yeah.
I guess you'd have to.
Yeah.
You'd have to.
Yeah.
There was the monkeys in Morocco, and they had trained them to, people wanted to take photos with them, and they had trained them to, rob you.
Yeah.
So, they were like, if you're going to get photos with the monkeys, make sure all your jewelry's off, and you
No
don't have, a purse on you or
way.
anything, because they'd trained them to like take anything that was shiny.
Yeah.
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 Bastards.
Yeah.
Smart little
Yeah, they
buggers,
are.
hey?
Some of them
well,
are
the one,
really
the one
smart.
that I watched him attack this woman and grabbed her bag. Seriously, like they do. They come after you. They grab your shit off of you, and then they run up a tree. And the guy, the monkey, grabbed this woman's bag, took it up this tree, and he took one thing out at a time and tossed it down. This poor woman is standing under the tree with her arms up, and the monkey takes her snorkel, throws it down, takes her mask, throws it down, grabs her wallet, opens it, takes one card at a frickin' time and throws it down, and then one coin and one bill at a time, and then throws the wallet down eventually. And she's just standing there like, come on, monkey, give me my stuff, monkey. And they're just dicks.
Yeah.
They're fucking assholes.
Do you think they're just dicks, or they're just really curious? Like, what is this stuff? I need to see it and feel it before I throw it away.
Maybe, yeah. Well, to
Well,
me,
they're
it's just
probably
to me,
dicks
it's
too.
personal.
Yeah, probably,
it's
yeah.
personal to
Yeah.
me.
It's personal.
Fuck you, monkey.
There was a story about I want to say it was an ape, but it may have been some other type of primate in the States somewhere that stole somebody's baby and ran up a tree with it and then ate it
Oh my god.
alive.
Oh my god.
Holy shit! This just took a real turn.
Yeah, real
some,
dark turn.
Some of them are real nasty.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Fuck monkeys.
And it's like, damn, that was us at one point. Like, what?
Oh yeah.
Right?
I would never do that.
Right?
That sounded really convincing.
I've done some weird shit, but that's not something I would ever do. Anyway,
yeah.
So you were just saying how close you are with your sister.
Yeah.
And she's a year older, Mick's a year older than you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how much older is Chloe?
Chloe's 4 years older than me.
Okay. And you live with Mick right now.
Yes, I do live with her.
So you live with her and you work with her.
And I work with her, yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So how's that? Give me some advice on that. Just
Who's all in your house, first of all? Do you and Briar?
Briar, yeah, my partner Briar, and then my sister Michaela, and then her boyfriend Ari. So it's four of us.
Ari. Shout out to Ari.
Yeah, Ari
Neufeld. Love him.
You've talked about him before.
He's a musician, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love Ari. Any chance he got that guitar and he's just making up fun songs that have swear words.
Nice.
I love it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I live with her, and then I also work with her. She's been back at the deli probably for the last year and a bit, I would say. Mm-hmm. She went and took her yoga training. So she's a yoga instructor as well.
The yogi.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I was having a really hard time finding staff at the deli, and I really needed help. So she was also working at Cannery at the time, and so she quit working at the Cannery just to come back and help out till we could find some people. So far, it's about a year and a bit later, and still haven't found anybody.
That's crazy.
So yeah,
how does that go with you and your sister living and working together?
It's definitely hard at times, not gonna lie. It's good that my sister and I get along really well, but it's definitely, like when we get home, we bitch about work, and then it's like we need to have a specific cutoff time that, okay, we're not going to talk about it anymore. And,
Right. But how do you not?
Yeah, exactly. And then Ari actually works at the deli sometimes too.
Yep.
So
Holy shit.
yeah.
Poor
so,
Briar. He's
yeah.
just got to sit there and listen to sandwich gossip.
Yeah,
Oh,
pretty much.
shit,
Pretty
eh?
much. I've told him so many times, I'm like, when are you going to start? I could really use a hand.
Yeah.
It's about time you came start slinging some sandies with me.
Yeah.
But,
Some sandies.
yeah.
Slinging sandies.
But yeah, it's
Better
definitely.
than slanging meat.
Slanging meat,
Slinging sandies or slanging meat.
Yeah.
I like this slinging sandies.
Slinging sandies.
Slinging
Yeah.
sandies. You guys should have shirts that says that on the
Slinging
back.
sandies,
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll get a shirt that says I'm Sandy. Just go
Funny,
with
the one
it.
guy who works at the deli, his name is actually Sandy.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you
Sandy.
probably don't want to have shirts that say that if you
Yeah.
have someone that their name's
Slinging
Sandy.
Yeah. My oldest sister Chloe actually made these really sweet shirts during like lockdown the first time. She was just really bored in Ottawa and obviously had no friends and stuff. And
Obviously.
yeah. And she made
Chloe, you freaking loser.
yeah. She made these shirts and it's the map of Italy on the back, and she like researched all the different types of cheese in Italy and what regions they come from.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah, so it's the map of Italy, and then it has like all the different types of cheese on the map where
No
they come
way.
from and like what type of cheese they are. They're really sweet. I want them to be the uniform of the deli.
That's cool.
Yeah, they're really sweet.
She could probably sell the shit out of those.
Yeah,
Good for her. Fuck,
Yeah.
all I did was play like Candy Crush and eat my feelings during the freaking lockdown.
Yeah.
But she
I did
made-
puzzles.
Oh,
Puzzles
Lucy
are cool
loves
too. I love puzzles.
Really? You
Not
too?
as cool as a shirt, though.
You guys should have a puzzle party with Lucy because I can't stand them.
Oh, I
You don't
love
have the
them.
attention span.
Yeah.
You
No.
need patience.
I don't.
for
And you know
puzzles.
what? When the piece doesn't fit, I fucking make it fit. You see the way
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
talking
no.
through my teeth right
I
now?
would-
I get aggressive with puzzles.
I'd punch you in your throat if you
Yeah.
did that to my puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I would too.
Go sit down, idiot.
I would too.
So you had to bring on Mick, or not had to, but well, kind of.
Yeah.
Because you were short staffed.
Yeah.
And is that something that you're struggling with currently because of the
Yes.
pandemic? Is that like one of the issues? Like what kind of issues have you had to deal with running a business during a pandemic?
Honestly, I don't even know if it's the pandemic or what it is. I've just found that over the last few years, it's just been so hard to find people who want to work. And
Yeah.
like, it's not just a matter of needing the paycheck sort of thing, but actually working hard, you know, like,
Keeping up with the
and just having a work ethic. Like, I don't know what it is. I remember way back in the day when we'd put up a "we're hiring" sign and the resumes would just fly in the door, and it was like
Really, eh?
basically just trying to wean out, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And now
yeah.
it's I can hardly get a resume.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's so interesting.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I recently just got benefits for the deli and for the employees and stuff, which is
Hey, that's cool.
Yeah.
Everybody who's listening. Like,
Yeah.
Right?
You're offering benefits.
Yeah.
That's fucking sweet.
Not a
Yeah.
lot of
I gotta
restos
talk
do
to my
that.
Yeah.
employer, Lucy Anderson from Beauty and the Blade. Start treating your staff a little better.
Holy fuck. Just calls her right out, eh?
That's really cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's something new that I implemented in the deli, which
Good for you. How did Nana
Oh.
feel about that one?
I wasn't too thrilled on it.
No.
Nope.
Does she know?
Yep, she knows.
She will now once she figures out how to work a podcast
Yeah, right.
on her radio.
Her radio show.
Actually, the other thing,
Her
like,
radio program.
circling back to that was with the like benefits. It's like an automatic withdrawal out of your account, and that was a huge deal to like explain to her that, you know, this company is going to take this amount of money out. We have like pre-authorized this payment that's going to come out monthly, and we don't have to send anything away.
But
It's
how
just-
do they know?
Yeah,
How do
she's
they
like,
know
I
how
don't-
much to take out?
Yeah, and she exactly.
See my
she
hand in
talked
the air?
Does she
Does she do that with her
No,
hand?
she doesn't do the hand gestures.
No.
No, she doesn't.
You should start doing that
No,
more. Show
I
off your
do
heritage
sometimes.
a little bit.
I do
Yeah.
sometimes.
Well, you know, make it your cool party trick from now on. Hey?
Mamma mia.
I wish people could see us right now doing this with our wrists. Like,
wrist
there's
action.
a reel that
Yeah.
we could do actually, and
Oh.
we should.
Yeah, we should.
actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Should have had some charcuterie in here for Christ's sake.
But yeah, that was a hard thing to explain to her, and she's like, "I'm not comfortable with that. I don't. How did they take the money out every month? Like, where's my invoice?" And I was like, "I'll print the invoice off every month. It's this amount every month." That was really hard to explain to her. That made her very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because she's the type writes the check every month, you know, sends it off.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
She writes a check.
Yes, that's how we pay for everything at the deli is
This
checks.
is freaking crazy,
Yeah, it is.
man.
Yeah.
Hey?
Yeah.
We pay everything by checks.
Wow.
So that was a huge thing for her to understand that.
Is money like a big motivator to her?
It's really funny because like it is, but then also she goes to like Salvation Army and stuff to buy her clothes and that kind of thing. She's always been like that. She's like, I don't really want to spend too much money on myself. I have
Right.
everything that I want. I go and buy my 25-cent plates at. She's a plate collector.
Hey, everybody needs a thing.
Yeah, everyone's got their
You
thing,
know?
and that's her thing. And so I would say that it is, but in the same sense, she's also just happy with what she's got.
I just asked because I forget. I've calculated what it costs to write a check, print a check, and write a check. And I want to say, for me anyway, in the amount of checks that I was ordering at the time, it was going to be like $1.50 a check or some stupid thing. Which is also the same price as it is to do an e-transfer.
Yeah.
But then I just signed up with this new payment system called TelPay, 60 cents every time I pay a bill.
Okay.
So now that's less than half
Yeah.
that I'm paying to write a check. So I was just thinking if money was a motivator for her, it might be something that you could explain to her that way. Like you're spending $1.50 every time you do this, you could be
That's a
spending
good way.
60
You
cents.
might have to
Yeah.
write it out and draw a diagram.
Yeah.
Or something
Yeah.
there,
Definitely,
but,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
that's really that's awesome to know though, right?
Yeah.
That is.
And it doesn't seem like a lot of money, but when you're running a small business, every penny is a lot of money.
Exactly.
Well,
Right?
your check's going to be around too.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Remember traveler's checks? Where
And just the
yeah.
sheer time it takes to write a check
Yeah.
versus just like pay now.
I know,
It's just
yeah.
a button, right?
Yeah, just explaining that to her, like how much easier it would be if we could just do that, you know, like have these for certain payments, like the phone bill, for instance, the landline that we have at the deli.
Yeah.
To try to explain to her that, you know, this could just be automatically withdrawn every single month. You don't have to do anything. Like it just gets taken out of your
Yeah.
account. But that to her is like so over her head.
yeah.
She just doesn't understand. And it freaks her out, the thought of somebody having access to her bank account
Yeah.
Right.
without.
Just not a lot of trust there.
Exactly.
That's that mafia shit.
Mafia mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mob
I'll write the
mentality.
check. Okay.
Yeah.
Holy shit. No
Yeah.
way. Hey,
Yeah.
that's unreal.
Yeah. It's quite
crazy.
something. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I fucking hate writing checks. Like,
did you-
how do you spell 11? I'm like, oh God. How do you
Right?
You're Googling.
Yeah.
If I ever get a message that says 11 or something, I'll just be like, oh, Kaish was checking her autocorrect. She needed to know how to spell that.
Yeah. Well, you just like panic in the moment. You're like 18. How do you spell that?
I always struggle with 40 because I don't
Yeah.
think 40 gets a U.
No, it
but
doesn't.
4 does. So
Yeah.
it's fucked.
Yeah,
fucks
that's a
with my
good one
head.
too. That one always fucks with me.
What is it?
I think it's FORTY.
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
way.
Yeah.
I think it's weird.
And then like, when do you do the dash? Like, you know, like 21,
Yeah.
you put the dash there.
Yeah.
Is that all? Like even 31?
Yeah, I
You
think
do?
so.
It's all of them?
I think so. But I don't know.
Who writes checks?
I know.
Nobody
I do.
writes
Need a
numbers. so
freaking
it's
tutorial
weird.
on
Yeah.
this shit.
I do.
Hey?
I write checks.
Yeah. Because you have to.
I quit writing checks. 'cause
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm like a spelling and grammar Nazi, but I do not like writing checks.
Mm-hmm.
So, besides, so finding staff
Yeah.
and writing checks and all that stuff, what else have you had to deal with during the pandemic? Like, what have you had as, let's just start with the negative. What have been challenges?
I mean, it was really tough to be closed for those, I think it was 3 months that we were closed at the very beginning.
Yep.
And, you know,
What did you do? What did you do when you were closed?
we actually did some renovations.
Yep.
Some much needed renovation.
That's the lesbian lagers she's drinking there.
Michelob Ultras.
The 3%ers.
The water. Yeah, so that was really, we did that, but we lost so much inventory. And at that point, I was taking a lot more duties on. And then
Duty.
Of course you did go there.
Duty and mandate. Those are my two favorite words.
Mandate. Yeah.
So you lost inventory.
Yeah.
What? I guess you would, hey?
Yeah.
Because you're all ready to open the next day and for the next 3 months.
Well, and then there
You've
was
got your
that
supply.
like that crazy, just everyone didn't know what was going to happen. So I kind of ordered more because I was like, shit, what happens if I can't do any more orders? Like then I have to close because I don't have any inventory.
You're right, yeah.
So I did that. And then, yeah, we were closed for like those 3 months and then reopening and putting in all these safety plans and like all that stuff. And I was just like, the anxiety of reopening, putting like my staff at risk and customers and like, how do I do this properly? How do I make everybody feel comfortable? How do I feel comfortable? And it was so stressful trying to figure out how to make the business still run. And
Well, there's so many people.
What was Nana's take on that?
Yeah.
She's
She's probably survived several pandemics.
well,
No offense, Nana. she's up there, right? No offense, right?
well, her
Maybe
thing,
one at least, right?
yeah, her thing was actually the war. It took her back to the war. Everything
No
with COVID.
shit.
Yeah. So like when everything was closing down, she started having really bad nightmares from the war.
No shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I just got goosebumps like head to toe.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was her big thing with it, was that she was starting to feel like,
Fuck, I didn't even think about that.
yeah.
Like, holy.
Yeah, so it was really hard on her, like obviously the PTSD from being in the like surviving the war and stuff.
Yeah.
So that was all coming back to her. So that was really scary for her. And like I remember one day she called me and she was just like, she heard the wind chimes like from outside of her door, and for some reason that like really triggered her to have
Really?
like she was like, war's coming, like
Oh,
and
wow.
it would like really freaked her out.
Yeah.
But other than that, like she didn't really. She's very old school. So like the whole safety plan and stuff. She's like, well, we wash our hands, like that kind of thing. And it's like, no, this is like extreme to that. And explaining to her that, you know, we have these rules that are now in place that we have to follow, which I mean, it's food safe, which we already were following, but it's like heightened to 10,000.
Yeah, right.
Did you have to have the inspector come in? Our favorite inspector.
don't
We
know
won't
if I-
mention his name, but
I
we had the same inspector.
No, he's gone, I think.
Is he?
Yeah. He's gone. I think he left during the pandemic. I think it was too much on him.
Is this an IH inspector?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, no, he never. I heard that he had quit halfway through.
Oh,
The
well,
pandemic,
We're gonna
so.
miss seeing him all the time.
Yeah, tragic, really.
Not all the time, like it was an issue, but just like
Yeah.
check in.
Yeah, but she was pretty understanding, and I mean, this was new to her too. Like she didn't really understand what was going on. All she knew was that she wasn't allowed to see anybody or be around people and stuff. So that was fairly easy. But yeah, just like the stress of what am I allowed to do? What am I not allowed to do?
Yeah.
Is this going to get
And
me
the
in trouble?
constant change.
Yeah. And like, is this going to get me in trouble or, you know?
And trying not to get too deep into it. Like we always try to avoid having conversations either way with customers on which side we're on because God, the minute somebody hears something, it's Pentalked and they'll blow you up on Facebook and give you a bad review based on just where you stand on something like COVID, right?
Exactly,
So
yeah.
they could ruin you just with that. But
Yeah.
that's got to be hard to just kind of keep your mouth shut with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right? And just trying to please everyone, right?
Yeah.
And follow the rules and explain to people that this isn't me. I'm just the messenger.
Yeah,
right now.
exactly. Like this is, if I were to do it any other way, are you going to pay my fines?
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
if I decide that no one has to wear masks anymore, are you going to be the one who's going to pay the fines that come every single day of me being open without following these protocols? Because I doubt you will,
Right.
Yeah.
you know? And that's just, I'm very thankful for the masks right now for that reason alone, just because I can't imagine what my whole face would be like having to deal with this, where it's just my eyes, so I can just go,
Yeah. You just look
squint
like
your
you're
eyes.
smiling,
Yeah,
but your mouth is
exactly.
saying, fuck
you.
you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just thankful for the masks.
Yeah.
But
I just did a test with my daughter the other day with my mask on. I'm like, hey, tell me when I'm smiling and when I'm like giving you a fuck you eyes. I didn't say that to her.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to know if other people could tell, because when I'm walking around and people smile at me, I give them the fuck you eyes.
Yeah.
'Cause I feel like they look like I'm just smiling, but I'm not that nice.
yeah.
And my
So you
daughter,
just walk
she's
around
like,
with smile eyes all the
And
time,
I'm
but like a pissed off face, like one of like that ventriloquist dummy that Jeff Dunham has.
Yeah.
Where
Oh my
he
God.
just looks fucking pissed off.
yeah. Anyway, she could tell every time, but she knows me, so
Yeah.
I still do it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of nice having those masks, just
Yeah.
doing like half your makeup and half.
And when it's cold out, they actually do keep
Oh,
your
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
face a little warm.
They
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
They totally do. Yeah. Yeah. Until you sneeze. Fuck, I
Oh,
hate that.
shit.
It's like I just pissed my pants on my face.
Oh my God. Gross. Oh, nasty.
That reminds me of this story. One time, my stepmom was driving the Deerfoot in Calgary, and she cut somebody off in traffic, and this fellow was so irate with her that he caught up to her and like pulled up beside her and looked out his driver's window and spit at her, but
No.
his window was up.
That's when you drive away really fast, or you just like inch slowly back, like doo doo doo. What a tool!
Oh my God.
Spit all over his window.
Oh my God. Sucks to suck.
Right?
Fucking idiot!
Sucks to suck.
You just say it sucks to suck. Oh my God, I love you so much.
That's good stuff.
Sarah's writing that down. She's like, I'm gonna start saying that
I
one.
might start
Sucks to
saying
suck.
that. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Sucks to suck. So you're still looking for staff then a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you guys are offering benefits, which is
Yes.
good. Yep.
Good old benefits.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I
That's
thought-
really cool.
Has the deli always been in that location?
Yes. Always.
And is there plans to expand or move or?
No.
No. That's cool.
I've had actually a few like realtors in town come and be like, "Oh, there's a new spot opening if you want to." A realtor came for OK Falls. I'm like, why would I open a location in OK Falls? If I'm going to like franchise and open, I'm going to do like Kelowna or Vancouver. I'm not going to keep it in the Okanagan because then it kind of takes away from that. You know, we're in the Okanagan. We have to go to Il Vecchio's. We have to go there. It's like if it's in Vancouver, it's like we're in Vancouver. We have to go to Il Vecchio's.
Yeah.
But I don't know. As it stands right now, especially with the staffing thing, there's no way that I would be able to do it.
Yeah.
It's just not an option. Definitely thought about it. Maybe a few years down the road. Not saying that it's not never going to happen, but as it stands right now, I can't. Like, I just don't have the capacity to be able to do it, and don't have the time. And
I would personally love, I'm just going to put it out there, to see a seating area. Like, I know there's a little bit of one there, but I would love to be able to just come and sit there and eat, you know, come downtown, have lunch with you guys one day. And, that'd be cool.
Well, from right now, just pick them up and come sit at the
studio.
We have a
get
seating
that,
area there.
but it's the ambiance, right? It's the Italian deli.
Well, if you can hear Nana yelling at the girls too.
That I would pay to sit there and get to hear that.
Talking to Briar, like when we first started dating, because he used to, when he was in high school, he used to go to the deli all the time. And he's like, because at that time there was my grandma there was two German ladies, a Dutch
I remember that
lady, and so they were all like older women, and they would all like, my grandma just be like yelling at all of them and stuff, and he's like, oh, your grandma was like the scariest person ever, like, and he's like, it was like just such an authentic feeling going into this European deli and everyone's just yelling at you. He's like, I loved it.
I loved it.
That's awesome, right? That's so cool. Like, that's another part of your niche, though, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think there's a restaurant in Vancouver. Is it called the Elbow Room or something?
Oh,
where you go there
and they treat you like shit.
Yeah. And then in Vegas, where we were supposed to go for my bachelor party,
Dick's.
It's called Dick's Last Resort, and you walk in there and they treat you like fucking shit. And I didn't know. My mom was like, the first time I went there, my mom was like, we're taking you out for lunch. It's gonna be really cool. And I was like, sweet. Like, we're probably going to medieval times or something, like big deal, whatever, right? And we go to this restaurant and we sit down, and the waitress comes over and she just throws the cutlery on the table, and she's like, can you move your phones? You're in a fucking restaurant. And I was like, holy shit, like, what, did you guys just hear that? And my mom at the time, she's just like, yeah, what do you mean? Nothing. And I was like, am I just like really sensitive right now because I'm fucking hungover in Vegas, or like what's going on here? And she's like, they make these like hats for you and they put them on your head and they write things on them. And mine said like looser than a machine, an original slot machine or something on the fucking strip or something. And and Lucy's, I think it said, stop staring at my tits, like it. And then they just treat you like shit. And then I tried to treat her back like shit a little bit. Like, I held up my glass and I was like, you know, giving the international
like the
symbol for like it's empty.
Yeah.
And she just looked at me and she went, fuck off. And I went, yeah, okay, I'm just gonna go fuck myself completely. You're right, I should fuck right off. I should fuck off back to Canada. What am I doing here?
Oh my God.
But then at the end, after we paid our bill, she was so nice, she was so sweet. But it's freaky, man. Like, you want to clean your whole plate because you think you're going to get in so much shit for not cleaning your plate. Like, I was like, I can't leave a freaking crumb.
She said, fuck off.
Oh, she just looked at me and she just like gave me the death stare and was like, fuck off.
I
was like, yeah, I will.
Yeah. I would love to work there.
Oh.
I know. Hey, isn't that like
awesome.
your dream job of just
After
being able
you've
to
worked in retail and customer service, you wish you could work.
You
at
could
a
go
place
there
like that.
hungover. You could go there pissed off. You could go there fucking PMSing, like whatever.
Yeah.
It'd be the best.
Yeah.
Get out your rage and then go enjoy your life after.
Amazing.
Yeah, you got to go there. It's so cool. I like Google it. You can go on YouTube and watch videos of the shit that they do to like bachelorette parties and stuff. Like, they'll get you face down in a guy's like big fat gut and like it just gets crazy there. And that's where we were supposed to go. Kaish was planning my whole bachelor party because it was supposed to happen 3 years ago.
That's crazy. 3 years ago.
3 years
That's
ago, yeah.
wild.
She was on it too. She had the strippers booked and everything. But
Shit.
things have changed now. We're going to Kelowna this year.
Oh.
It's okay.
Not
It'll
quite
still be fun.
Vegas, but
Still
we're
be
going to
fun.
make it fun. Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll provide the meat.
I really hope there's not a lot of meat at my bachelor party. Do not get me a male stripper. please, no offense to any male strippers out there, but like, I don't need that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want the temptation.
What? You're a 100-footer.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I learned that from you.
I know. 100-footer. Oh, as long as he's okay with me being the big spoon.
Okay.
Just kidding. Fuck. Anyway, moving along.
So does Nana yell at people like that? Like, first of all, does she speak English?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. She speaks
Speaking
No,
of
she-
English.
the accent.
Yeah, she's a very thick accent. Yes.
So cool.
Yeah, I was just like back in the day, I don't know, when she was in there, she had no problems yelling at all of us and that kind of thing. Not so much customers. She was always very good with customers, but like the staff,
Yeah.
she really tore us a new one. But
Crack the whip.
yeah, but
Taurus, is it?
crack the spaghetti.
yeah,
Okay.
but no, I mean, I love her to death, and you know, we all kind of joke about like what it used to be like when she was running the place, and everyone was a little bit scared and that kind of thing. But yeah, it was funny hearing it from Briar's perspective. Like he's like, yeah, that was the best part about the deli, like how authentic
And like, what a perspective. Because I think if that were me, especially in my younger years, I'd been like, shit, I'm not going back there. Right. And he like flipped it
yeah.
into a different perspective.
You know what? I think the
completely.
whole thing, though, like you saying that, and the whole like, you know, with the atmosphere with when she was running it, and then now with like, you know, not having the social media and not doing things traditionally, I think what it all comes down to is the fact that like the product speaks for itself.
Yeah.
And that's what keeps people coming back.
Yeah.
It
Good
doesn't
call.
matter
For sure,
if
yeah.
you're doing social media. It doesn't matter if you're yelling at your staff in Italian.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're just offering, you know, just you're only taking cash. You guys have something that, I mean, you have a little bit of competition in this town, but you know, so like there's a chain obviously that has sandwich artists that can't quite keep
But
up.
it's not
I
the
feel
same.
like.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
the same.
Yours
Yeah.
feels like you're going for lunch at Nana's house.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's what sets us apart a little bit. And I know that I know that's the reason why we do so well is the product speaks for itself. Like there's really no other explanation to it. I mean, everyone can
Yeah,
go,
it's not you. It's not your smile or your face
Yeah.
or anything.
Oh, God,
'cause
no.
God, that would scare people away.
Oh yeah, for sure. I've had reviews written about me. But you know, you can go anywhere for cold cut meats. You can go anywhere, and now a lot of places are selling the grocery items that we do sell. But I think it is kind of the experience and the product. Like people come in, they buy everything from the mustard. They go buy the same buns. They buy everything, and they're like, I still can't make it taste the same, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
And it's like you're buying all the exact same ingredients that we do, but I can't tell you why it tastes different. I mean, yeah,
I can't wrap that shit like you can. I
Mind
can't.
you, food does just taste different when someone else
Yeah.
makes it.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I wish Lucy would fucking cook once in a while.
Aww.
I'm just kidding. She does a lot. She does.
Yeah, she cooks, doesn't she?
No, but she does a mean laundry.
a mean laundry.
Oh,
She
okay.
can clean
she
a mean
does.
dish. I do the cooking, she does. But
Yeah.
it is. It's the experience, and it's
Yeah.
just having you guys make it and being just feeling like when you walk in there that you're part of the family.
Yeah.
You know.
And especially recently, I've kind of been thinking about it a lot, like with my dad in there a lot more lately, obviously, without having much staff. And we like laugh a lot.
Do you?
Yeah. And it's
Really?
Yeah. And working alongside my sister and my dad, not many people get to say that they spend that much time with their family. Like, especially your dad or your mom or my grandma. Like, I see my grandma every single day, and I have seen her every single day,
Yeah.
you know, for the last however many years. And not many people get to say that they get to spend that much time with their family.
Yeah.
And, you know, especially because I'm my sister's boss. So she's,
Fuck
Oh,
you, Mick.
yeah. yeah.
so like she gives me a hard time and, I'm going to quit. I'm walking out on you, like that kind of stuff all the time. And,
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what you should say to Lucy all the time. Oh, fuck you or I'll quit.
Yeah.
I'll fucking quit.
Yeah.
That'll go over really well. You know what? I wanted a fourth wedding date.
Yeah.
I wanted to postpone it one more time.
You just see Jenny like shriveling up
Yeah.
into a little ball.
Yeah.
I do that
currently,
anyway.
like,
The minute minute she lifts her hand, I fucking flinch. You know that. We've gone for wings.
Yeah.
It scares me.
But yeah, we have a lot of fun together, and my sister and I make fun of my dad all the time.
He's a beauty, though. He's just you got to be a patient guy working with all those women every single day.
Yeah.
Like, no offense to women, like I am one.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah.
But he's got to be a patient guy.
He just gets ripped on all the time.
Yeah.
He's very forgetful, so I never let him forget that he's forgetful. And
Oh yeah.
yeah, like
He dances to the beat of his own drum. Like he works at his own pace.
Yeah.
I love it.
And yeah, like I just thought about it. Like on Saturday, we were laughing so hard, just making fun of each other, and
Oh, that's
just
awesome.
Yeah, and it is really incredible. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I hate it, and it's really hard and frustrating. But then, like those times where we're all just laughing and working together, and you know, like it makes it all worth it.
Totally.
Wow.
You know, I get to spend all of this time with my family all the time, and we still get along. Like on my weekends, I'm out in Costin with my dad, like on weekends and stuff,
really?
even though we work together every single day of the week. And
Yeah.
if I still spend so much time with my family, and considering that I see them every day, you'd think that I would never, my days off, I'm like, get away from me. I don't want anything to do with you. But it's the total opposite. Like we work together and we spend all of our time together, and it's,
You're lucky.
Yeah.
It's
You are very lucky.
It's really
Yeah.
cool, and it's really refreshing to hear that appreciation for that, because some people might be like, fuck, that's just way too much time. I need a break. But
Yeah.
to hear your appreciation for it, especially as you get older and you know that time is just so precious.
Yeah.
I think, you know, you just appreciate it. You're only going to appreciate it more and more and
Yeah.
more as you get older.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's good that being so young right now that you have that appreciation already, and you're only going to have that more.
yeah.
Time is super precious.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
yeah.
And yeah, I'm grateful for it every day. And yeah, even I laugh about it all the time, because like we have 2 days off in a row, and sometimes my dad will just call me on a Monday because we haven't seen each other in a day, and it's just like, hey, what'd you do yesterday? And I'm like, can you give me a day off? Like,
I love Richard.
I know. And I'm like, hey, we
Good old
just saw
dick.
each other. Like, it'll be like 2 days, and he's like, hey, how's it going? I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
nothing's different from the last time we
Yeah.
saw you.
Oh, that's
Shit to
sweet,
talk
though.
about. I'm gonna have to start making shit up here.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah.
That's what I needed you back.
You know, well, before we this doesn't have anything to do with sandwiches or the restaurant or anything like that, but it does have. It's to talk about just Kaish and her love for people in general, and it starts with her family, obviously. But she was one of the first people that I ever talked to about my sexuality and stuff. But Kaish is a huge drag queen fan.
Yes.
Loves drag so much. We've gone to every drag show we possibly can together.
Yeah.
We've gone to a lot of the nights in Kelowna when they used to have the noir nights. A friend of ours started that, and we used to go and hang out with the drag queens there. And Kaish and Lucy would sometimes get to the point where they would put on a better show than the drag queens.
Oh, wow.
Or the drag queens would even say,
Yes.
everybody was watching these two instead of us. But
Yeah.
she's just always been so super accepting of people and
Yep.
and love and everything in general, and just loves drag queens. And her partner Briar, he's just had to follow suit. So whenever we go to drag shows, sometimes he's the only man.
Yeah.
He's the
no,
only
but he
man.
loves it too. And I think that's what makes it even better, is that I introduced him to drag, and it was just like, okay, so I watched the show RuPaul's Drag Race. Like, I don't know if you're going to like it. Loved it. He was instantly like, yeah, love this shit.
Awesome.
And he like, he loves being loved. So when he goes to drag shows and stuff, he's really tall. He's 6'4" and like big beard, and
He's a gorgeous man.
Yeah.
Like just a big, good-looking dude.
obviously these drag queens like peg him out from the crowd, and they're just like,
You shouldn't have
yes.
said peg him.
I will say
Should not have said take him out.
Briar gets pegged.
He's gonna hate me for that.
Holy shit,
Yeah.
Briar got pegged.
Yeah. But yeah, he just like, they pick him out, and they're just like the one show
They
where
zero in.
Yeah, zero right in on him. He gets motorboated. They like
We went to one. It was a noir show or whatever.
Yeah.
And they had the RuPaul's Drag Race queens there, and Eureka is one of the queens, and she's very well endowed, and she picked him out, and it was a full auditorium of people, and she came up the runway and looked at him, like zeroed in. She pegged him, and she grabbed his face and motorboated him. And you know what? He's still proud of it. It was
God, he loves
cool.
it.
He got to motorboat Eureka, who I don't even remember how far she went on All Stars. Did she win it?
Well,
Did she come second?
no, she was definitely top 3 though. I think.
Yeah.
She's been on a lot of RuPaul's.
But yeah, so he's a very patient, and the two of you together are just so accepting and so loving and so tolerant of each other and the people around you. Like you guys have always made me feel so welcome and just like family. So, and I think that stems from your family and everything that was passed down to you. And I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
We're not having a moment here. Fuck right off.
Oh, I think you are. And I'm just loving it.
If I could just ask you to be my best man again, I fucking would right now.
I'd probably say no this time.
Yeah. It's a lot of duty.
Yeah. Duties.
A lot of duties.
No, I'm just kidding.
We just leave everything up to Lucy and do what we're fucking told, eh?
Yeah, except you don't even tell me anything.
I don't know anything.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to know? I thought you were wearing a suit. Fuck.
You do.
I don't know it.
I don't know anything.
Yeah.
Oh, frick. Hey.
You are one interesting person. And I mean that in the best way.
Are
I
you
really
happy
do.
to know her?
I am. I'm very happy that you suggested she come here.
Yeah.
I've while you were gone to the washroom, I was telling Jenny like I'm learning shit.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about this podcast. I get to learn shit from other business owners, and it helps me grow as a business owner. And it
Totally.
helps, I mean, just this conversation, right? All 3 of us are learning shit.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's good people. So good to be around. Just always. You just feel good around her.
Yeah.
Look, she's crying right now. You can't see, but she's
I'm
she's
not
bawling.
crying. You're crying.
Yeah, she's bawling.
I'm bawling my face off.
I don't think I've ever seen you cry. Don't fucking do it at the wedding because that'll make me cry. I can't go there.
Yeah, I know. Don't worry.
Oh, you're gonna cry.
She's gonna bawl
You're
her
gonna
face
fucking
off.
bawl at your own wedding.
Yeah, I
Of
will.
course you are.
I'm gonna have to be there in her ear.
No, you're gonna have to read my vows for me.
I'm not reading your.
You're gonna be standing there going, "Dear Lucy," look up at her. Thank you for
Like you start
loving
your
me.
vows with "Dear Lucy," like you're writing a letter from World War One.
to my dearest. Thank you for standing by
All
me.
my friends have been killed, shot right in front of me.
Now I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Jesus.
Oh, how does it always end up that Lucy gets shot right all over her?
No, this is you
Yeah, I know.
in this case.
Yeah, shit on me. Cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you read?
You know, she was the one who got me hooked. This doesn't have anything to do with like audiobooks or books and reading, but she listens to a lot of podcasts and got me hooked on true crime. Like we remember we drove to Big White and we just listened to true crime. We just listened to how to murder people and get away with it.
That's such a chick thing to do.
Yeah, it's very basic.
Very basic bitch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kaish is basic.
I do read though. When I got the info back for the podcast, and it was like book recommendations, and I was like, well, shit, I'm reading Harry Potter for like the 5th time.
She loves Harry Potter. Like she's named her cat. No.
Yeah, my cat's
Yeah.
Harry Potter. Yeah. So I was like, it's probably not very.
You have a Harry Potter tattoo, don't you?
I do, yes.
Yeah.
I do. But I do actually have. It's Trixie and Katya's Guide to Modern Day Womanhood.
Oh, yeah, I did read that.
Yes.
Who's Trixie and who's Katya?
They were both drag queens.
Nice.
My favorite drag queens, actually. They do a lot of stuff together. They have podcasts and YouTube channels and that kind of thing. But it's just sort of a fun take on a guide to womanhood, even though they're drag queens. And, you know, there's some self-love tips in there that, I don't know, I just think are really fun. Like, they're the most ridiculous people in the world. So it really just honestly makes me laugh. And that's what I like to do.
It's inspiring though, right?
Yeah.
Like if 2 men are able to do this, they identify as male, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the 2 men are doing this and they're embracing their feminine side and they're having fun while they're doing it.
Yeah.
That's inspiring.
Yeah.
So if that's
bet
what you
you
connect
that.
with, like
Yeah.
it's really cool. It's
Yeah.
why we love drag, because you go to one of these drag shows and they fucking own it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And there's nothing sexier or more
more empowering than watching somebody just love.
be confident.
Yeah, and be
Confidence
confident.
is
Yeah.
just everything.
Yeah.
What? Because I'm absolutely ignorant, and you have yet to take me to a drag show.
Yeah.
Although it's happening.
Yeah.
Is this their everyday lifestyle, or is this just an act for like an entertainment purposes?
Depends on the person.
Yeah.
Okay.
really,
Sometimes it's different.
Yeah. Like we met one drag queen, Sonique, Kylie
Right.
Sonique.
Right.
She was on RuPaul's Drag Race. Actually, she just won All Stars, the last season of All Stars. And we were fortunate enough to get to go and meet her and hang out with her after her show. And she actually transitioned to become a female. So she was male to female. And one of the most humble,
Yeah, she was
down
so
to
nice.
earth people I've ever met in my life. Like she just sat there and we had this conversation. We had conversations with her where she was just so grateful to be in our presence, and we were like, what the fuck, man? Like, you're the one who's singing on stage with Miley Cyrus. You're all over the world.
Yeah.
And you're just thanking me for just sitting here and talking with you like a person. And she was just like, I don't get many of these conversations. And she was so
nice.
appreciative of it. And so that was one drag queen who identifies as female. But there's more and more now where they live their daily lives in like as females, or there's been the male drag queens. So there's women who have transitioned to men, yet they've gone on the drag show and performed as women.
Oh, okay.
So they've gone woman to man, but they dress up as a woman and they do well. So there's just it's a whole,
Like, it's a never-ending sort of...
it just keeps evolving.
Yeah, and like the last season of RuPaul's Drag Race, there was just a straight guy on it.
Yeah, there's
Like,
straight men too.
Straight
Go
men
on.
that do drag. There's
Cool.
on the last UK, there was a woman on it who's like born woman.
Yep.
Who is a drag queen, and
Yep.
I think that's what I like most about it, is that it's like accepting of everybody.
Yeah,
like it's a
yeah.
whole community.
You don't have
and
to be a man that dresses a woman to do drag.
No.
You could be a woman
Okay.
who dresses even more as a woman. Like
Yeah,
an
yeah.
over-the-top woman. Like Cher.
Okay, yeah.
To do drag.
Yeah,
Right?
and it's just such an accepting community, and everybody. It's just love. Like, that's all it is. It's the one word that both Briar and I have to describe being at drag events. It's just love, like
That's
everywhere.
awesome.
I think that's still to this day, like that's why you were one of the first people I ever came out to, because
Yeah.
it was just, I knew that it would just be okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just love. That's all it is.
Do you guys know Michael C. Hall does drag? The guy that played Dexter?
Really?
Does he really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
shit, hey?
He's got a whole like Broadway type career where he dresses in drag.
Cool.
Wow.
And
Is he straight?
He's
Yeah,
straight, and
good
he's
for
got a band
Yeah.
called something Butterfly Machine. I don't know. It's some really long, stupid name, and the music is terrible.
Oh, shit.
It's
No
in
offense.
fact, if you're a Dexter fan, I'll go so far as to say do not YouTube his band because
Really?
it'll ruin Dexter for you.
Oh,
it's,
no,
it's
that bad.
awful,
Wow.
like awful British music.
Lucy, your music sucks.
No, because he is British. So, or no, he is Brit. No, is he British?
No idea. Don't know.
No, I don't think he is. I take that back.
I think I watched one episode.
You've never seen Dexter?
I knew I was gonna get ripped on.
Oh my god, get the fuck out of here right now.
Take your empties and go.
Do you have Crave?
Yeah, I think we do. I might
Dude.
need to renew it.
You need to watch Dexter.
So step away from the Bachelorette and get on the Dexter.
It's so good.
Oh fuck. Okay, I'll do it.
It's my favorite show of all time. All time. Anyway.
Maybe we could do nights together. I think what we learned from this podcast is that we're all gonna have to spend some time together now. Hey,
Yeah.
like we're gonna have to take you to a drag show and
Yep.
maybe go do some music trivia. Some
You're gonna
music
have to come have tiramisu tomorrow.
Oh, I'm coming.
Cash
You
only.
Guys, I have cash. I hardly ever
We're
have
just up the
cash.
street, and I have cash always.
Yeah.
So if
No,
you
I
need
got
to,
cash. It's good.
or hit the 3 banks. None, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
You go hit the bank.
I have been there before where I knew it was cash only and I still pulled up and my dumb ass gets out and sees the sign. I'm like, oh fuck.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I come back because it's that good.
It is that good.
I know,
and
and
then you got 30 people in line ahead of you, and you're
Yeah.
like, but I was here.
So I can come in, order the sandwich, and then be like, I'm gonna run to the bank while you finish that
okay.
up.
All right.
Yeah. It shouldn't offer that. Fuck those people for not being ready, prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to hold a sandwich?
Fuck you and your business.
Yeah. On hold. Yeah. Okay, you're right. Yeah. Right. That's why you do well and I'm still struggling. So your book, back to that,
Yeah.
Trixie and Katya's Guide to Modern Day Womanhood.
Yes.
That was a good book.
Yes, it is. It's just a fun take on a I guess sort of a self-help book, but not really. Kind of, I don't know. They're just so weird and bizarre, and it's just a good laugh. Like
With a positive message.
With a positive message, yeah. And that's kind of what I enjoy is just laughing and
Sweet.
That's awesome.
That's my kind of person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just
I can
reading
see why you two are besties.
Yeah. She's good people. She's freaking 10 years younger than me. Is that weird?
How old are you? Or do you not want to say?
I'm 26.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that weird? She's older than me, for Christ's sake. It seems like, right? A little bit sometimes. Why are you looking at me
Maybe
like that?
on maturity levels.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
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 You would think she was older than
Not
me.
saying that you're immature, but we've had this discussion
she's
with
pretty
you
immature,
and Lucy.
so-
Pretty immature, yeah.
But like,
Isn't it crazy how young she is, but how
Wow.
old she is? She's
She's
an old
sexy.
soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm 26. Yeah, I'm 26.
I can't imagine like getting ready to take over fucking generational business at 26.
Yeah.
That's still so much of your life. that you
Goddamn
have
sandwich
left.
empire, for Christ's
know.
sake.
Absolutely. Slinging Sammys.
Yeah, slinging Sammys. Yeah. I know I was actually 17 when I got offered to take it over, and I was like 17, and I was like, I got a life to live. I got I got
right?
parties I got to go to.
Oh,
I would have
yeah.
thought the same thing at
Yeah.
26 too, though. I'd be
She
like,
does
fuck
some
that.
cool murder mystery parties. Have you ever done
Oh,
one
really?
of those? Oh, yeah,
we
you
do
have.
the JCs do
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
She does murder mysteries.
I just opened that present that you got me. It's sweet.
Is it cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got her a murder mystery. Like,
Oh, like a board game or whatever?
No,
Like
it's a
game
pack.
It's a whole package
but
on
it's
how to
got
do it.
you can play it 10 times.
Oh, cool.
So it's like
the
this-
winners. Oh, I got it from the winners.
It's the same
The
story.
winners?
The winners.
The winners. That's my old age now showing up, you know?
the Facebook.
The Facebook. Smoke the pot.
The interwebs.
Is that what Nana calls it? I don't
she doesn't
understand the interwebs.
Does she know what that is?
The internet?
Yeah.
I think she kind of knows. She knows me like, oh, what was it the other day? There's like those Penticton Now like pamphlets that like tourists get where it has like a map of downtown Penticton and stuff. And we've got our advertisement in there and like where we are located on the map or whatever. And she's like, oh, and there's a phone book in it. And she's like, oh, I'll just leave this down here in case you need to like look for a phone number. And I was like, I have my phone to do that. And she's like, oh, you can do that on your phone? I'm like, yeah,
No
you can.
way.
Yeah.
Oh, Nana.
Yeah. I was like, I can just look it up on my phone. She's like, oh, okay, well, I'll leave it down here just in case. Like, I'm not going to use it.
No way.
Yeah.
Love her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nana's not having none of it.
No. We had a phone book delivered like, I don't know, last
Just
summer
seems like
or
such a
something.
waste
I'm
of
like,
print.
I know,
yeah,
such a
we'll just
waste.
Save that for the fire.
Yeah.
Like,
right?
What? Who the fuck still reads? Who still reads a phone book, let alone delivers the phone
Yeah.
book?
Yeah. How much are they making?
Yeah, can't be much. I know
The phone
people.
book now is like this big.
I
I
know,
remember
it's not
back
that
when I
big.
was like a kid and it
Oh,
was
yeah.
like
Yep.
fucking that thick.
Yeah.
And now it's like,
Remember when we
Mostly.
had to call to find out like what the movie listings were to find out the times
Oh,
of the movie?
shit, remember
And then if you
that?
missed it because your stupid ass fucking brother was yapping in the background, you had to listen to it
Phone
again.
Yeah.
Shout out to my asshole brother.
yeah, everyone's got an asshole brother.
Right? Hey, cheers to asshole brothers.
Sounds like that happened a few more times than is probably normal.
Yeah.
Try to listen to fucking movie listing. Shut your yap.
It was.
Couldn't just walk down there and see.
Or like when you would rent movies from like Blockbuster.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. I know we rented a movie one time called Puppetry of the Penis. And it was just like people
that.
doing tricks with their dicks.
Yeah.
You rented that?
Well, we did, but because we thought it would be really funny. Anyway, ended up being we didn't take it back on time and there was a late fee. And I was in the store with my mom and the woman goes, "You have a late fee?" And mom's like, "For what?" And I was like, "Oh, fuck, I'm out of here. I gotta go. And she said what it was for. My mom looked at me like, "Get in the fucking car." Like when they talk between their teeth and their chin comes out, you know you're gonna get your ass beat.
Yeah.
Puppetry of the penis, ma'am.
She probably thought it was like porn though or something.
It's
right?
honestly, when you said that, I was like, oh my God, what kind of porn is that?
It was just they would do tricks. I don't even know. This is a stupid topic. Let's just move on from this.
Yeah,
'cause
fair enough.
This is probably the reason I'm gay now. All that shit that went down. Anyway,
Well, I think that's a good place to wrap it up.
yeah.
Hey?
Yeah.
Speaking of dicks,
Puppets of the people.
See, this is maturity level is what I'm
Kaish was just like, yeah, let's wrap it up. And I'm like, dicks and wrapping. Anyway, I think it's time for that outro we discussed at the beginning.
Shit, yeah,
hey?
the outro.
Yeah. Ooh. Gearing up.
All right. Kaish mentioned a book.
Yes.
When your episode is live, Kaish, there will be a link to that book on my website.
Okay.
And if anybody wishes to check it out, please buy it from that link, and then I get a kickback.
Nice.
So far, we've sold 0.
Maybe this is the one. This might
may
be the one.
It's anybody who's interested in drag or
Well, and
what
just-
comes with the.
There's some fashion advice in there. There's
Cool.
some life advice,
Yeah.
some comedy,
Yeah.
some stuff about drugs and alcohol. If
Right
that's
on.
up your alley.
That all sounds awesome.
Yeah,
Yep.
it
Sounds
does.
really good.
And the books that I put on there, they're all like under $20.
Yeah, I don't think
Like
this
they're
one
pretty
is.
cheap books nowadays.
Yeah.
Also, there's just a reminder that there's a follow/subscribe/rate button on whatever platform you're listening to, except if you're listening directly from the website. And Spotify has the rate category, so you can rate us out of 5 stars. Please don't press the 1 star or I'll beat you up.
She'll come for you. She's turned her hat backwards now. She's hard as fuck.
Oh yeah, because I'm wearing a hat today and I'm not used to it, and I keep hitting it on my microphone and I feel like a dummy.
Yeah.
And then lastly, if you're still listening this long,
I'm not even listening anymore. I'm fucking texting now. Like I'm
Jenny's like,
oh, my hose.
taking pictures of us. I can just see in her head. She's like, "You're a tiger. You're a tiger." Anyway, lastly is a donate link at the end of the description of every episode. And if you want to help us out,
Smash that button.
smash that donate button.
Hey? No. I love smashing buttons every time we talk. Anyway.
Yeah,
Go on
okay.
and smash that button.
Thanks again for listening and stay